Plaintiff Barbara Crum says her son had a child with the defendant, and Barbara now has custody of her 17-year-old granddaughter because the defendant is neglectful and chooses women over her daughter. Barbara's suing for airline tickets, driver's ed classes, and emotional distress. Defendant Waukesha Reese and her wife, Lisa Holloway, say they are sick of Barbara's crackhead games. Waukesha claims Barbara shows up at her house unannounced, and she constantly badmouths Waukesha to her daughter. Waukesha's countersuing for harassment and emotional distress.
Start with you.
Yes, Your Honor. I met Waukesha over 18 years ago. Her and my son was married. She's the mother of my granddaughter, which she's 17 now. I have custody of her. She's been living with us for a while yet, off and on for years.
Grandchild.
My granddaughter. She's 17 years old now. Miss Reese is not a responsible person. She's have a problem with women in and out of her life. She always putting them before her. And I have a statement from my granddaughter where Miss Reese, the lady beside her now, had her to tell her that if she didn't bring things for her daughter, to don't bring anything back to the apartment. They have stressed her so much, where she had lost a lot of weight. She went from a size 14 down to a size 2.
Because what was happening?
Because they were stressing her and she was half eating and depressing.
Yeah, that's what I want you to give me some examples of the stress.
Yes, and it was very depressing.
Give me some examples of the stress.
Telling her to don't come back here unless you have something for my child and Lisa's child. Don't bring anything back in the house unless you have something for the little girl also.
What do you mean by bringing something back?
Like clothes. We take her shopping. My granddaughter's kind of spoiled, but she's not a brat.
And so she would say, don't come in here unless you've brought something for the other child.
Exactly.
All right, what else? What else has she done to cause her to nearly have a nervous breakdown?
She almost, yes, they would, Lisa, the mom stopped making rules. Lisa started making all the rules for her, changing everything in the house, telling her what she can and cannot eat, half feeding her.
Oh my God.
They were half feeding her.
Okay. Let's move on. What do you want to tell me about your relationship with your daughter and any of these other issues that she's mentioning?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mrs. Crum is basically just out of control. She playing these crackhead games. I know she has custody of my daughter. I appreciate her for that. At one point in time, Miss Crum was like a mother to me. And for her to start doing this stuff, it's ridiculous. I mean, you sit there and you talk about how my daughter lost weight. Your Honor, she eat when I eat. I'm not skinny at all. This woman shows up at my house when I'm at work. She's telling my fiance at the time, I can't see how you have relations with this woman. She's dirty. Your Honor, do I look dirty? I'm visually impaired. There's nothing wrong with me. I get up, I go to work every day.
What else has she done to cause her to nearly have a nervous breakdown?
Telling her what she can and cannot eat, half feeding her.
Mrs. Crum is basically just out of control. She playing these crackhead games. I mean, you sit there and you talk about how my daughter lost weight. Your Honor, she eat when I eat.
Plaintiff Barbara Crum says her son has a 17-year-old daughter with the defendant, and Barbara has custody of the child because the defendant's home is unsanitary and she failed to properly feed her.
All right, what are you looking at there?
I have a statement from my grandchild.
Why don't you read it?
She was telling you that she didn't want her name mentioned.
No, read it.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you wanted me to read, you read.
Okay. I don't want to be my name to be mentioned on this show because I am embarrassed. My mom said she would pay for my driver's ed fees if my grandmother will buy me a computer. Please, I'm embarrassed that if I don't get my fees paid, I cannot get my diploma for high school.
They won't give her diploma if she doesn't get a driver's ed class?
No, if she don't pay the fee.
Fee for
driver's ed.
She owes it now?
Yes, sir.
It's already occurred?
Yes, sir.
But I thought you were also reading something that she said about not bringing things home for the other children.
That was a different page.
We'll get that page.
That's here. To whom may say, my name is blank blank, and I'm 17 years old. Sometimes my grandma will buy me clothing for school, or sometimes Lisa did not like that. Lisa expect my grandmother to buy things for her daughter as well. I feel like they oh, I can't make that out. I'm sorry. I should have. I should have. You have to raise your hand and ask, honey.
Can I help her out?
State your name.
Okay. I'm Kevin Crummer.
Right
I can't make that out.
Okay. Oh, I can't even read that either. I'm sorry. They say they are trying to be a family, but I feel like they don't belong there, and that I feel uncomfortable. All I want to is finish my last year in high school with my grandparents.
Okay. And so far, all I've heard, ma'am, is that she believes that her mother's mate has become the leader of the household, which happens regularly when another mate comes in. For example, when a man marries a woman, that man many times becomes a leader of the household, and the stepchildren resent it. So that's what I'm kind of hearing.
I have text messages also, Your Honor.
All right, let me finish. And the other thing I heard was that she was criticized or admonished for not bringing the other child a gift. And so that's all I've heard thus far. And maybe you have some more to convince me that this is causing your granddaughter a nervous breakdown.
There's actually more to it than that.
Okay,
This
that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Tell me more.
Besides, had her tricked her into cutting her dreads off.
Tricked her?
Yes,
Right.
told her if she moved back in with her, she can buy all kinds of things for her. My granddaughter dreads were down here, and they tricked her into cutting her dreads. If you come home, we're gonna let you get your nails done. They start trying to tell her she can date at 14 years old.
That's not true either.
She got caught with a little boy in the incident, and things like that.
What type of incident?
Where she had to go to the hospital.
Yana, she's telling the story backwards.
Go to the hospital for what?
To be checked because they thought she was pregnant.
Oh, she had sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, it's embarrassing. It was embarrassing situation that they got caught in.
She had sex. She got caught having sex.
Yes.
At age 14.
Yes.
Okay. Is that part of the rule that
No, that
was in the household
no,
that she didn't like? A lot of times, children don't like rules, and so they will respond because they don't like being told. They don't like being told they can't have sex at 14.
No, she encouraged her.
She encouraged her, sir.
To have sex at 14?
To have a boyfriend, yes.
No, to have sex.
That was the lead up to it. She would leave him in the house alone.
Well, who?
And automatically that would cause your granddaughter to have sex.
No, but being a responsible parent or adult, you don't leave a 14-year-old.
That's not true. That's not
tell
true
them
at all.
that
It happens in millions upon millions of households where parents work from 9 to 5 and the child gets off at 3, the 14-year-old, the 15-year-old, and they have to go home by themselves and be there by themselves, and they're ordered and asked to do their homework. Every child is home at 14 does not have sex.
Thank you.
That's true. That's true, Your Honor.
Thank
But what's going on in our house, we don't have that problem.
All I'm doing, ma'am, is trying to tell you that you have not said anything that Mama has done to cause her daughter to have this nervous breakdown you're describing.
In the condition that she was living in, Your Honor, it was totally filthy.
So
it was unsanitary. She had rashes on her back. She had lost so much weight when she went down to a size 2. She was afraid to eat there. Then they wouldn't have cooking. They're eating out of McDonald's and paper bags.
Why didn't she mention that in one of those letters?
Because it's
sounds like she was saying some of the worst things she could. In fact, the worst I heard is that the new mate has admonished her about not bringing a gift home. So if she was going to write a letter for the judge to hear, it would be, Judge, they're starving me. I'm down to a size 2. Rashes all over my body.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna make it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thought she was pregnant.
Oh, she had sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
What?
It was embarrassing situation that they got caught.
She had sex. She got caught having sex.
Yes.
At age 14.
Yes.
Okay. Is that part of the rule that was in the household that she didn't like?
Plaintiff Barbara Crum says her son has a 17-year-old daughter with the defendant, and Barbara has custody of the child because the defendant's home is unsanitary and she failed to properly feed her.
Ma'am, let me hear from you.
My daughter was supposed to have a procedure. She called me on the phone, telling me in tears, crying to me. I said, don't worry, I'll be there.
That's not true, Your Honor.
And when I said, do you want me there? She said, yes, I do, but you know how grandma is. So when the day came, she told me, oh, grandma changed the date. I called Miss Crumb and I begged and pleaded with her.
Something she shouldn't have.
That's my daughter.
She should not have to do that.
I got no response, no nothing. I had to hear from my daughter a week later about how she was doing and what happens. Who turns their child against their mother? Who does that?
Barbara Crumb.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
Barbara Crumb. Could I say something, Your Honor?
Yes. State your name.
My name is Lisa Holloway, and I am now Waukesha's wife. Okay?
Congratulations.
Thank you. I met Miss Crumb 4 years ago, okay? Her attitude is ridiculous. She talks against Waukesha to her daughter. She tells
That's
her,
not true.
oh, you're going to be stuck taking care of your mom the rest of your life. If you want
That is not
How do you
true.
know that?
I'm sorry?
How do you know that?
The daughter was telling us. We were all
Did she
really
write
good
anything?
friends. No,
because
we did not contact her. We didn't want to put her in the middle of this. One, grandma already got her line. So now grandma lying and mama telling you to tell the truth. The girl is going to go crazy for real, but it's because Barbara Crumb is driving
Your
her
Honor.
crazy.
I have text messages, Your Honor.
Okay.
From them.
Excuse me. But then her son, which is the ex-husband, the son goes crazy when he finds out the girl is no longer a virgin.
Which
he
is normal.
snatches the
It's
girl
normal.
out of 8th grade school, takes her to North Chicago 6 weeks before she graduated 8th grade. He took the girl to North Chicago, enrolled her into another school, pretty much made her a prisoner in the house. The
That's
girl
not true, Your
calls
Honor.
us.
If you want to talk about,
That's not
if
true.
you want to talk about having nervous breakdowns and whatnot,
this is
that
nervous
would have
breakdown
caused you
right
to
here.
have nervous breakdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Your Honor, my daughter gets A's and B's.
A's and B's. She's
A's and
in
B's
all
student.
honors classes. She's already been
She was
accepted in
snatched
Honor, I
out.
have
She
a
was
text
snatched
message
out
here.
of her school because of what happened.
Because we found out the girl wasn't a virgin.
Right.
The girl, what
That's
happened?
not
She
what they
ended up
found
having
out,
to go
Your
to the
Honor.
Let's get
emergency
to
room
the
'cause she was
tickets
having-
and the driver's ed class you're suing about, ma'am.
I have a letter saying that she would pay her from her daughter and certified that we got it certified.
The letter is
From my granddaughter
her.
saying
is
that
that one of the ones you read to me?
Yes, sir.
How did your granddaughter learn of that deal?
We all was together at the same time in the
You all
school.
were all sitting around?
Yes.
And where were you all at?
At the school and at my house.
Who were you all with at the school when you made this arrangement?
In front of one of the teachers.
Okay, do you have a letter from the teacher?
No, I don't.
Okay. It was the defendant's daughter, and you and the teacher?
Yes, sir. Miss Reese brought it up in the front of the teacher.
I did not, Your Honor.
She brought
Just
it up.
out of the blue.
Out of the blue. She said, if you pay for her laptop, I'll go ahead and take care of this class.
Okay,
That's
out of the blue. She blurts out.
Yes, sir.
Good enough.
Yes, sir.
All right. And the airline tickets?
The airline tickets, Miss Reese wanted to go to Vegas for her birthday. I bought these tickets in October of 2010. And I bought those tickets and they said they were going to pay me back. And the time was running out. I said, I need to do something about it because the time is ticking. Miss Holloway had lost her job.
Okay. And what have you done since then?
I've been calling them. I have tried to reach them. Miss Reese have moved. She have changed her phone number.
How did you have her served for the court appearance?
The sheriff took it to her job.
So so you knew where her job was?
Yes.
Well, why
That's
didn't
not
you
where she
try-
lives. That's to her
I
job.
know, but why didn't you try and reach her maybe by a letter, sending it there?
I have no address. I didn't think it sent a letter, sir.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, what do you say about the airline tickets?
Your Honor, we paid her before we went on the trip at a Halloween party that she threw for my daughter.
Okay,
Which
so that's your
myself,
defense. You already paid it.
Yes,
All
I
right. What's
paid.
your emotional distress and harassment you're suing her for?
she served me on my job, almost causing me to lose my job, when in fact she has my address.
Can you
And
prove she has your address?
Yes, sir. It's on every child support order she has.
Plaintiff Barbara Crumb says her son has a 17-year-old daughter with the defendant, and Barbara has custody of the child because the defendant's home is unsanitary and she failed to properly feed her.
You have a child support
Yes, I
order?
do.
No, I don't.
You don't have a child support?
I don't have it with me, no.
I said, do you have one?
No, I don't have it. I got an order of what she got to pay. Her address is not on that.
Yes, it is.
Well, I didn't see it. I didn't even look on there.
Your claim is dismissed and yours is granted. I believe you've lied to me. I know, absolutely. I'm a judge. I know they're on there. Have a
Well, I
good
didn't
day.
look at that. You are a liar. You are a liar. You are a liar, and you're gonna pay for what you're doing to your child. That's your daughter. That's your child, Keisha.
No,
that's your child, and you're gonna regret it because you're not gonna have your child in your life. Exactly. Exactly. And you call my daughter stressed too. And everything you have done, you will pay for. You will pay for.
I love her daughter.
No, you love her. You love her.
Grandma.
You know what? I will see you.
Grandma.
Come on out.
No, grandma.
Come on out.
We coming, boo.
Come on.
39. We coming.
Stop.